But when you play one player that's that forward thinking, right? Like Ahmad's job is to be a winger. And the goal of having a Diogo Dalot is to be more defensive. I almost think it's hindering United to a certain extent because he's not doing either thing well. And I'd much rather them just be overly offensive, right? Because they're going to concede goals. They just haven't proven that they can be a clean sheet machine by any means. So why not just be more forward thinking, be more physical, and play Dorgu? I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on that.
I think you mentioned it, or like, is he that raw, right? Is he really that not ready? Because when you see Dallo, it's the same mistakes defensively, whether it's letting a guy ghost in on the back post and you're just falling asleep, or you're just not marking, tracking runners. Like, it's the same problems with him. And that's when I would, again, to your point, go, yeah, it's the safer option, but he's not even safe anymore. Like, there is no point. I don't think, and it's a tough one because Dallo was the player of the year for you guys. Again, it was a tough year, but he was really good. It's gone. I haven't seen it in a long time from him in terms of stringing together some solid performances. And I agree. I do think it's time. Like, yeah, give the 20-year-old a chance. I mean, I don't see the point in playing Dallo anymore. I don't think it adds anything to the point that Dorgu, yeah, he'll make mistakes, but it's not like Dallo won't make those mistakes. It's not like he's this surefire, safe option. So I'm all in for that, Dylan. Let's get those stocks up.
I feel like Dorgu's looked at his best when he's played with Cunha, and the games that he's looked bad is with Mount. And so it's interesting that he hasn't been given another opportunity to prove that he can play with Cunha, because honestly, they match each other really well, because Cunha just draws so much attention. But you're right, Dorgu's draw and his final output hasn't been great. But I look at Dalot every single game and I go, this guy's got horse brain. Like, he just doesn't do anything right, unfortunately. And that just comes down to his positioning. And he's also playing on the wrong side. It's a weird, clunky fit.
That's another one, like with the back five, where you have the two fullbacks next to each other, then the two center backs next to each other. I mean, that's a small thing, but just a balance to me, like, that just kind of seems weird. It does feel like he's being shoehorned in. And like, I think back to the sporting teams, like Quenda played wingback for them. He is a winger. Ahmad, who's starting to look better, because I don't think he's at his best to start this season. I expect more from him, but he's starting to get there, in my opinion. He's a winger. So, like, that is what Amorim wants. To your point, if we have two overly attacking guys, well, with Cunha and Bumo, Sheshko, I think all clicking along with those two fully committing to attacks, yes, they will concede. Maybe that's another thing that they need to wait on the midfield to get solidified for. But at this point, I do not see what Dalot is adding, because there's nothing safe on either end from him. The deliveries are still comically bad on occasion. He cuts in just like Cunha wants to do, occupies his spaces. I don't think he adds anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of diminishing returns with Diogo Dalot. Like, every game. He may do one thing really well, but most of the time it's poor.
Hey, he's got a cool celebration, Dylan.
I guess.
I don't think
Mila, do you have any thoughts on what United should do with that left wing back position?
I think the point that he was player of the season is an interesting one, and that it could just be credit in the bank type of thing. And let him use up that credit, and if he doesn't perform, he doesn't perform. It makes it easier to get rid of him. I don't think it's the end of the world for you guys, especially since you're not really challenging. But I do think at a certain point, he'll just lose a spot if he continues to play the way he's playing.
Yeah,
I thought he did a job against Liverpool, but outside of that, he hasn't been great. And I think the idea on paper is that he'll just be okay. But like you said, if he's a detriment in both attack and defense, you might as well try the other guy, right?
That's my thought process. It sucks, and it's going to suck if United... they're going to have to probably go back in the market for a left wing back, right? That was kind of my point on why I thought they should have just sold Dalot in the summer, was you could have brought in another left wing back or a right wing back that could be more specialized and grow with Dorgu or be in front of Dorgu. And now you're stuck at this spot where people are really going to get... They're going to question Dorgu, and I don't think that's fair, because he's 20, right? And he's playing in this new league in a new system, coming from a team that was literally relegation fodder twice. So United's main points of emphasis in January are going to be left wing back probably in that 6th position. And we didn't talk about him, but Elliot Anderson, he might be it. He might be worth whatever the price tag is.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Get Baleba at that point. I don't see the point.
Apparently they want
cash
80 for him, and if it's between Baleba currently and Anderson currently, I don't think United plus him being English would go with Baleba. Feels like a look. They're both good players. I wouldn't be angry if we got either of them, but it's funny how far Baleba has fallen off when the pressure got to this point, right? Where Elliot Anderson has played this well with the pressure and is doing it now. For
Adam Morton's better than both.
Though.
I do like
think
Adam
Baleba
Morton.
made it very clear that he wanted to leave to you guys over the summer, and the thing just got sour over there, and it's clearly affected his play. But I wouldn't read too much into that if I was United scouting team. We've seen what he can do and what impact he has for that Brighton team when he is going. And to add that person, I don't think you should look at the guy that's playing right now. He's clearly checked out of Brighton.
I don't know. It's tough because if he wanted to move, you'd think he would just at least he would have played well in the game against us, the audition game. But he was poor in that one too. So I have some slight concerns.
You guys to get points.
That's a good point. Maybe he's just trying to lower his price tag so we can get him for cheaper.